Girl, bend over and touch your knees. A pussy and breast me squeeze. She say, come over, come fuck me please. She say, nah naked picture if we start the tease. Me say, girl, when you're in a jazz and bra.
Hola, hola. This is Tico Trend, and I'm going to talk about 3 recent incidents that happened to me. This was inspired by another content creator on YouTube, and basically I'm going to tell this story. My story about my point of view, from my point of view and my experience for the most part. But I'm going to start with my friends. I'm not going to say their names, for the most part, for their protection and their privacy. But I've had 2 female friends who I've been friends with for like many fucking years for the most part. And I was laughing, and I've always been in contact with them. I never really fell out of contact with them, and we've always been pretty okay for the most part. I mean, granted, there's been times when like they've wanted to cross the line, but I never did, and it's always been one of those things. Where I never wanted them for more than just friends, because they just didn't fit the standards or standard operating procedures of girlfriend material for the most part, or wife material, or girlfriend, or the dating material for the most part. They've always fit the friends guidelines for that for the most part. So, I don't know if they didn't pay attention, or I don't always talk about it. I mean, I do talk about it a lot in my videos, but I don't always talk about it on social media for the most part. But I was talking to somebody who I was basically checking up on, one of my friends, like I normally do. I was basically asking her how she's doing, this, that, and the other for the most part. And, she basically said something, and I said, well, I can't do that because I'm kind of in a relationship. And she kind of sort of got quiet, and I go, I'm basically in a relationship for the most part, so I can't do that. And she got very, I guess she didn't really believe me, so I sent her pictures of my children, and I sent her pictures of Cartel Princess. And I basically told her, yeah, I'm in a relationship, and I'm pretty much spoken for, so, how you're talking, we can't really talk like this or anything like that. So, out of respect for the Cartel Princess. So she proceeded to block me and never talk to me again on social media, which was actually pretty funny. She unfriended me and blocked me and stuff like that. All because she couldn't have my full attention, or she couldn't get any benefits out of me for the most part. So she basically blocked me because, in a relationship. And I have another friend who actually, who's upset with me because I'm in a relationship, because we always go out and hang out and stuff like that. And I no longer have time for her, basically. I mean, I've been in a relationship for a while, but I no longer really have time for her because, if she cancels, and I really don't care. And I really don't plan on rescheduling shit for the most part. But she's upset with me because I haven't been spending time with her, or asked her out for her birthday lately, or, stuff like that. So she only responds when the conversation seems like it's going to benefit her. If it doesn't really seem like it's going that way, then she'll pretty much just leave it blank. But if I say something to the extent of I'll be in Pittsburgh, she'll get happy. But if I say I'm bringing my children and the Cartel Princess, she won't respond. You see what I'm saying? And it's just stuff like that makes it funny, because it's one of those things where she wants my time and my attention, but I'm not willing to give it to her for the most part. And it's sad, but it's typically the nature of women for the most part. Even if they're your friend, you only consider them your friends, they sometimes want more from you, or they want to do other things with you, or try to be friends with benefits. And that hasn't always been my thing, to be friends with benefits. I don't do friends with benefits for the most part, because I have standards and morals that I follow, and I'm not willing to just smash anything or hit anything or have sex with any fucking thing. Or I'm not a one-night stand type of person for the most part. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. And this is where a lot of women get hung up or get upset with me, because no, I don't do one-night stands. One-night stands are beneath me. I don't do pump and dump, or I don't do this shit because that shit, I got morals, and no, just no. But the third story, for the most part, was it happened to me recently, where I ran into a girl. I was at the airport for the most part, and I was actually trying to make it to my gate so I can catch my flight for the most part. And she I don't know what made her bold or anything like that. I guess this day and age where people are desperate now, so men are asking them out, so they try to roll up on men for the most part. So she basically talked to me basically and struck up a whole entire conversation with me for the most part, just so she can ask me, we should exchange numbers and stuff like that and talk more. I go, well, we can talk as friends. She goes, well, maybe I want to be more than friends. I go, I can't do that. She goes, why not? I go, because I'm in a relationship. She goes, you ain't got to lie. I go, I'm in a relationship. How many men would actually tell you they're in a relationship if they're in a relationship? That's not something men do. Normally, if they're trying to get at you or trying to hit something, they'll basically tell you that they're not in a relationship. I'm telling you I'm in a relationship and you're upset by this. Well, you ain't got to lie about it. Well, no, I'm being honest. If you've seen my phone, when I actually checked the time a couple times, she's on my phone screen. She's on my screensaver. So, yeah, you can't say to me that, that I'm lying when in fact she's on my screensaver. I know you've seen it because you paid attention to it when I paid attention to it. And the sad part about that is she was so hurt by that, like, me turning her down, that she got upset and she just walked away. And something I've noticed about women is when a woman can do it to a man, but a man can't do the same thing to a woman. No matter what the fucking situation is. You're basically just supposed to accept her advance, no matter if you're in a relationship or not, or if you don't want to be with her, you're just supposed to accept her advance because women. And that kind of agitates me for the most part when women do this shit. It's perfectly fine for you to turn down a man, but it's not okay for a man to turn down a woman. And that type of dynamic always blew my mind. And then I realized that, that's the society we live in. We cater to women for the most part. So, you're not supposed to turn down a woman, even if you're in a relationship. I guess you're supposed to break up with her and automatically want to date her, or step out on your significant other and date this woman for the most part. And that's typically the society that we live in today. And it's sad, but it's so fucking sad. But I digress.